There's sort of three words that probably most motivate the political reporting I've done on the aftermath of political violence. And those words are unimaginable, unspeakable, and unthinkable. They are the reflexive words by which those things are almost invariably described in order to give voice to their magnitude or without actually addressing it. They are the words by which the press gives you permission to forget about and ignore things. They are the words by which we let ourselves off the hook. They're supposed to be grand. If I say in a deep and ponderous voice, unspeakable, you all shudder and we feel that we've had a shared experience of confronting something, when in fact all we've really done is kind of shrugged it off together. And I've noticed that these words are used by, just kind of universally, they were applied constantly to Rwanda. Unbelievable is kind of the casual form of all three put together, right? But believe it. And then what are writers here to do except to imagine, speak, and think? Or imagine, think, and speak. Preferably think before you speak a little bit. But it's okay if you put them in any order, frankly. And this is an interesting thing that I started to realize as I got involved in journalism and reporting and actually going places to see things rather than writing from pure imagination or from pure outrage. And I think outrage is probably also a large motivator for everybody here, whether it's personal or not. As I started to move from that pure imagination, I started to realize that nevertheless reporting is a kind of work of imagination. And that does not mean that it isn't also necessarily factual. Facts are problematic, facts can be abused, facts can be distorted, facts can be misunderstood, but facts are nevertheless the essential touchstone that distinguishes fiction from nonfiction. Both fiction and nonfiction will be judged by whether they're truthful. The real trick in nonfiction is to be stuck with facts and somehow be truthful, and in there you need a certain amount of imagination. It often requires a fair amount of imagination to understand the parts that they aren't telling you. People do want to speak. I think they want to speak for some of the reasons that have been addressed. I think they want to speak so as not to be annihilated. Often in situations where there's a sense of doom, a sense of crushing forces very, very close to the bone. I think people speak simply to exist. And we are a way of amplifying that existence.